Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Get out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Alrighty, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very, very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. Welcome on into another edition of MLB Diamondzone. We got a lot of games going on right now, and we will catch you up with every single one of them. The Red Sox and the Orioles right now are going to the bottom of the ninth inning, and once that game does return, well, that's where we're going to go. And we will check up on those Red Sox. It's a 3-1 game for Baltimore. The White Sox, they lead it 10-9 against the Atlanta Braves in a back-and-forth game. That game is currently in the top of the 8th inning. What else do we have? We got Yankees and Rays underway. It's 3-0 out in Tampa Bay. The Athletics are up 6-3 as they go to the top of the 8th inning. The Royals did just take the lead. They lead it 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Cubs have a 3-1 lead. They're in the bottom of the 5th. The Dodgers up 7-0 against the Colorado Rockies. That game is in the bottom of the 4th. And then we got the start of the 9:40 games, which we will get to in a little bit. But obviously right now, it's the wrap-up of the 6:40, 7 o'clock games. That is what we're focused on right now. Welcome on into Diamond Zone, and we hope that you guys are doing well. So let's go out to Detroit first, as the Tigers and the Astros are scoreless going on into the bottom of the 9th inning. Brian Abreu is going to pitch. He has a 1.61 earned run average. What's going on, Bobby? How are you? Or wait, Sebi. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my friend. Hope you're doing well, man. 2 balls, no strikes. Brian Abreu is pitching and is down in the count already. So we will flip back and forth between games. That's what Diamond Zone is all about. We don't just stick to one. We weave in, we weave out, and we go through the thick of it. 2 balls, no strikes to Carpenter, and Carpenter is going to chop this one foul. So right now the attention has to go to the Orioles, Red Sox, and also this game as well. So Boston is up. Romy Gonzalez is at the plate. The 2-1, though, and that is in there for strike 2. Forgot I got to turn off Twitter. Let's do that right now. How's everybody in the chat? Let us know what you guys are tuning on in from. The 2-2 on the way to Carpenter, and that's a foul ball. Here's the 1-0 on the way to Romy Gonzalez, and that is also a foul ball as well. Go to MLB scores there. That's better. Looks like the White Sox and the Braves are going to the bottom of the 8th inning. The 2-2. This one's grounded over towards first base. Walker has it, flips it back to Abreu, and it's in time. Actually, they said that he was safe and his foot was off the line. And so the Astros are going to challenge this. By the way, to Romy Gonzalez, the count is 3-1 to him. So there will be a challenge. The 3-1, and that's down for ball 4. And so the tying run for the Baltimore Orioles is going to be coming on up to the plate for them. And we will wait to hear a word from Houston. Here comes Nathaniel Lowe, and he sends this one out to right field. We're tied in Boston. It's 3-3. Oh, boy. Nathaniel Lowe just got called back, and he hit a 2-run home run off of Geraldo, and we are tied 3-3. That is big. We got 12 games going on right now. And it's a 3-3 game out in Boston. All right, back to this at-bat here in Detroit. It's a 1-1 count, and the next pitch is fouled off. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell icons too, folks, and that way you will know when we do go live. This is Diamond Zone. Welcome on into the Diamond Zone, everybody. 1-2, and that is up high for ball 2. So we'll get you back to Boston in just a little bit. That game just got very dramatic. By the way, the Royals lead at 5-2. We got our tickers up and running. The 2-2 pitch, and that's a foul ball. The Braves also have the tying run over at first. We'll check up on them too as Matt Olson comes up to the plate. So it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Matt Olson. Torkelson just popped up the 2-2 pitch, and it was hit out to center field, and there's out number 2 in the Astros-Tigers game. Abraham Toro is up for the Boston Red Sox in the bottom of the 9th. The count is 2-1 to him. The count is 2-2 to Matt Olson. So we're just going to stick to these 3 games right now. Just these 3 have a lot of drama and big endings for them. The Angels did just put up a run. Brenton Doyle also just hit a 2-run homer for the Rockies. And 7-2 there. Again, we'll catch you up on those games in a bit. But we have a lot with just these 3 going on. Torkelson up for the Tigers. He just took a pitch that was outside for ball 1. A big 3-2 pitch coming up to Abraham Toro. And there it is, swing and a miss. And there is 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Matt Olson just lined a double out to right field. And the tying run for the Braves is at third base in the bottom of the 8th inning. And so Olson gets on with a double. Let's go back to Torkelson's at-bat. He just skied one out over towards the right side. Walker can't find it. Now the right fielder just dropped the ball. Sanchez dropped it. He lost it in the lights. And over at second base is Spencer Torkelson. My gosh. What was going on out in right field? He just lost it in the lights. And that puts a runner at second base for Detroit. All right. So let's go back to Atlanta really quickly. Bases are now loaded for Michael Harris II. Bottom of the 8th there. Harris shows bunt. It's hit back over towards the mound. Glove throw to the plate is in time. Don't know what he was doing on that. But that was a terrible bunt. And so there's 1 away. Wong for the Red Sox is up. Again, the game is tied 3-3 there, and the 1-2 is swung on and missed, and there's 2 gone. The winning run for the Tigers over at second base. That's Spencer Torkelson. Man, a lot of action. And the pitch is on the outside edge for strike one. So if you have Abreu, he is pitching right now for the Houston Astros. Braves are trying to take the lead, and they're in a pitching change right now. Here's the 0-1. This one's flied out over towards left field and foul ground. And the left fielder is going to make a jumping catch and fall flat on his back. Trammell. He slipped, and he landed flat on his back, and he is down in pain. Carlos Correa is going to go check up on him. Man, that makes you think about that diving catch that we talked about the other day from that Phillies player out on the turf. That was on that was just on the track, though. The left fielder Trammell had to go over towards that left side. He jumped up, he caught it, he lost his balance and fell flat on his back, just on that dirt. That was not even on the grass or the turf, that is. That's just on hard dirt. Ouch. And so they're going to go to the 10th inning there. But they're going to have the trainers go out there to check up on them. So the Red Sox, going back to them, they're trying to walk it off. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. And the 3-1 is inside for ball 4 to Roman Anthony. Bottom of the 9th inning. And some drama going on out at Fenway Park. They just tied it on a 2-run home run by Nathaniel Lowe. He was, I believe, dropped by the Nationals and was just picked up today. Weird. Very, very wild. By the way, the Minnesota Twins, they're in the bottom of the 8th inning. They're down 6-3, and there's 1 out there. Cubs also lead at 3-1. The Dodgers lead at 7-2. And let's go to Alex Bregman's at-bat for the Boston Red Sox. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, everybody. Welcome on into the Diamond Zone. Let us know if you're able to follow along. There's a lot going on right now. A lot. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th inning. Bregman is up at the plate. And a timeout is taken. Meanwhile, for the Braves, they're back on. Marcell Ozuna is ahead in the count 2-0. There's bases loaded, bottom of the 8th inning there. So we may have to go back-to-back. Bregman in the box. Ozuna just popped one up over towards the third base side and foul ground, and the catch is made for out number 2. So there are 2 outs in Atlanta. They had nobody out with the bases loaded. And now they have 2. Winning run at first for Boston. The toss back to first. And that ball was dropped by the first baseman, but it went underneath the belly of Roman Anthony. Drake Baldwin is coming on up. By the way, the Tigers and the Astros just started off extra innings. The pitch. That is down for a ball to Baldwin in the Braves game. The 1-0 to Bregman. That is inside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th out of Minnesota. 2 balls, no strikes to Bregman. The 2-0 pitch, and that's inside for ball 3. Will Vest is pitching the top of the 10th for the Tigers. He just got 1 out. It's 2-0 to Baldwin in the Braves game. And Baldwin sends this out to right field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. The Braves are going to take the lead, and they're going to go up by 1 run. It's an 11-10 ball game out in Atlanta. So the Braves and the White Sox on the seesaw. They've been going back and forth. And back to Boston we go. Jarren Duran's going to try to be a hero for Boston. What a ball game out in Atlanta. 11-10 is the score there. I think it's starting to rain out in Detroit again. We have 10 games on right now. 1 ball, no strikes to Jarren Duran for the Boston Red Sox as they try to walk it off. The 1-0 pitch is down for ball 2. The ghost runner is over at second base for Houston. And again, they are scoreless. Yandy Diaz is coming up to the plate. 2 balls, no strikes to Jarren Duran. And the 2-0 is in there for a called strike. Albies is up for the Braves. They just took an 11-10 lead in the bottom of the 8th inning with runners at the corners. The Royals did beat the Rangers. Just wanted to make sure I mentioned that, so that game is done. 3 balls, 1 strike to Jarren Duran. Duran in the box. The 3-1 pitch on the way. That's outside. Bases loaded for Boston. Big 2-1 coming up to Ozzie Albies in the Braves game as they try to add on to their lead. The 2-1, it's popped up, hit out over towards the right side. Second baseman gets under it, makes the catch. And the Braves, they just took the lead on a 2-run base hit by Drake Baldwin. They're going to the 9th inning out in Atlanta. Now, meanwhile, back in Detroit, it's scoreless. They're in the top of the 10th, and there's 2 outs, and Victor Caratini is going to come on up to the plate. Okay. So where do we go here? We could put the Milwaukee game on, right? I believe that we have a timeout taken on the mound. All right. No balls, 1 strike. And that is to Victor Caratini. They will call for time. In the Baltimore-Boston game, the Red Sox are trying to walk it off with 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th. In the bottom of the 9th, that is. Trevor Story is up. First pitch to Trevor, swing and a miss on a pitch that was in the dirt. Scooter is here with Beans. Let's go, James. Let's go. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Red Sox trying to walk it off. Astros trying to get the lead in the 10th inning. No score out in Detroit. Back to the 0-1. And that is down for a ball to Trevor Story. So we got the Royals winning. That did just happen. One ball, 1 strike to Trevor Story. And the 1-1 is just inside for ball 2. The 1-2 to Caratini, and that's down low and inside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. And 2 balls, 1 strike here. The 2-1 to Story. Ground ball over to third base. The throw to second is in time. They're going to extras out in Boston. Just like that. So the Red Sox, they tie it up on a 2-run homer by Nathaniel Lowe. And so they will go to the 10th. Meanwhile, the Chicago White Sox are back on. And there's 1 out now in the top of the 9th inning. Iglesias is pitching. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Victor Caratini back in the Astros game. And the 2-2, swing and a miss. And the Tigers are going to try to walk it off in the bottom of the 10th inning. Back to Atlanta we go. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. We got drama in the 6:45 games. And we're not even at the 7. Well, the Braves were a 7 o'clock game. No balls, 2 strikes. Kyle Teal is up at the plate for Chicago. 0-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards left center field. Harris is there. Catch made. 2 gone. And so Chicago down to their final outs. We've had a total of 3 final scores made. 4, that is. And we still got 11 to go. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Who are you rooting for in this game? Braves or White Sox, folks? Let us know down below. Braves or White Sox? Who are you rooting for? Lenyn Sosa is up at the plate. 0-1 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And that makes the count now 0-2. Yankees lead it 5-0. Again, we'll talk about these other games going on in just a little bit. And we will be sure to catch you all up. Just a lot of chaos. Orioles and Red Sox about ready to start off their top of the 10th inning. 2 outs, top of the 9th. The pitch to Sosa. And that's outside for ball 2. Rooting for both teams. That's not an option. And Andy Ibanez is looking to walk it off for the Tigers as they go to the bottom of the 10th inning. The 2-2 on the way to Sosa, and this ball was flied out towards shallow center field. Harris on the run, makes the diving catch, and he sits up, and the Braves hang on to win 11-10. That game is done. So the Braves hang on and get themselves the W. Andy Ibanez comes on up, and he sends this one out to right field. That's going to be caught. And the runner from second tags up, goes over to third base, and the Tigers have their winning run over at third base now. All right. Meanwhile, Gunnar Henderson just struck out against Aroldis Chapman. So where is the Tigers game? There it is. So that game is done. Put the Giants game up over here. Actually, we'll put the Athletics and Minnesota game up here. 1 out in the top of the 10th, out in Boston. The Tigers are going to intentionally walk Dingler and put him at first. And there's going to be a timeout on the mound. And with that timeout, let's go back over to Boston. 2 balls, no strikes. Colton Cowser in the box. The go-ahead runs over at second. And the 2-0 is inside for ball 3. Orioles and Red Sox are tied. We'll add in the A's and the Twins to the mix. They're in the top of the 9th inning. We'll do that pretty soon. The 3-0, and that's down for ball 4 to Colton Cowser. And the go-ahead run is at second base still, but a big insurance run over at first. All right. The at-bat of Javier Baez is about ready to start. First pitch, swing and a miss. For the Orioles, they have Kobe Mayo up at the plate. Gunners at second. Colton Cowser's at first. Timeout taken in the Houston game. Here's the pitch to Mayo. It's in there for strike 1. Tigers trying to walk it off. No balls, 1 strike. Ort pitching versus Baez. The 0-1 pitch to Baez. Fly ball, foul ball. Out of play it goes. Here's the 0-1 to Mayo. Swing and a miss. We go double diamond in both of these games that are in extra innings. No balls, 2 strikes. In both counts, the 0-2 to Baez is down for a ball. The 0-2 to Mayo, swing and a miss. And there's out number 2 in the 10th inning out in Boston. Sorry, pressed the wrong one. The 1-2 to Baez, foul ball. And it will go out of play. Twins and A's have 1 out in the top of the 9th. The 1-2 to Baez. Swing and a miss, and there's out number 2 for Ort. All right, Jeremiah Jackson is coming up to the plate for Baltimore. And the pitch. There's a called strike. No balls, 1 strike. Chapman working up a sweat in the top of the 10th inning. Jahmai Jones comes up for the Tigers to try to be the hero. And he takes low for a ball. The 0-1 to Jackson, swing and a miss. And the count is now 0-2. Back to the Houston-Detroit game. The 1-0 pitch to Jones. That's off the plate for ball 2. The 0-2 to Jackson. Swing and a miss. And the Orioles can't do anything. And they will go to the bottom of the 10th inning at Fenway Park. 2 balls, no strikes to Jones. And the 2-0 is down for ball 3 in the bottom of the 10th. Angels and Reds are tied 1-1. Again, we will be sure to catch you up on that. The 3-0 pitch to Jones, down for ball 4, and that's going to load the bases in the bottom of the 10th inning out in Detroit. Okay. Where do we go? I can hear BW yelling. I'm sure you can. Yankees and Rays are just in the bottom of the 2nd. We got Reds and Angels on over here. First pitch, and that is in there for a called strike. By the way, Milwaukee has runners on at the corners. We can go check up on them too. Add them to the mix. It's still earlier compared to these games. 1 ball, 1 strike. Milwaukee did lose earlier today. They have runners at the corners, and Sal Frelick is up. Here's the 1-1, and that is up high and inside for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. In the bottom of the 10th inning, Gleyber Torres is up. The pitch to Gleyber, and he looks at strike 2 at the knees. We'll add in Milwaukee to this mix right now because they look like they're about to score. The pitch to Sal Frelick, and that's in there for a strike. A big pitch coming up, though, in the Detroit game. Let's go back there now. The 2-2 is down low and away for ball 3. And so Houston is down to their final ball. The Red Sox start things off as Rafaela gets hit by a pitch in the bottom of the 10th inning out in Boston. Astros down to their final ball in the game. Torres in the box. The pitch of the ball game to determine the outcome. The 3-2. Ball game over. It's down low. The Tigers walk it off on a walk, literally, and win 1-0 against Houston. What a game. And let's go back to Fenway Park as Boston is looking to try to walk it off in their game. And the pitch is taken for a strike. A walk-off walk by Gleyber Torres. That is, who would have scripted that? That's pretty crazy. What a demoralizing way to lose. You're telling me. No balls, 1 strike to Romy Gonzalez in the pitch. This one's grounded over to shortstop. The throw to second. Did he get him? He did. They didn't get the lead runner over at third, but the winning run for Boston is now at third base. Alex Course is hold at the second. And will they challenge is the question. He's out. He's out. What's up, Brian? How are you, my friend? So he's out over at second. Nathaniel Lowe is coming up to the plate. Let's check up on those Brewers really quickly, too. They just got out of the inning, so they're going to the bottom of the 7th. Back to the Boston game. First pitch to Lowe. It's high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And we will catch you up to every other game in just a little bit. The 1-0 pitch. Foul ball. And that makes the count now 1-1. Red Sox trying to walk it off. The Dodgers are spanking the Rockies. They're up 7-2. One ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 is down for ball 2. Twins and A's are going to go to the 9th inning soon. The bottom of the 9th, that is. 2 balls, 1 strike to Nathaniel Lowe, who tied it in the bottom of the 9th inning, and he's trying to be a hero. The 2-1 is inside for ball 3. Giants and Padres still early on. So are the Guardians and Diamondbacks. 3-1, that's outside. Bases loaded for Boston. It's called Zombie Nation. All right. Abraham Toro will be coming on up to the plate for the Red Sox. And he will try to be a hero for Boston. He is 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts and a pair of groundouts. Erica was a walk-off walk by Gleyber Torres. That's how they lost. And a timeout taken on the mound in this Boston game. Twins are going to the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll check up on them once the 9th inning starts there. Just gotta wait for this game. Yankees and Rays, it's 5-1 out in Tampa. Again, they got started at around 9 o'clock because of the rain, 9:30. It's a late one there. Boston trying to walk it off here in the bottom of the 10th inning. We're just going to stay here. We're not even going to go anywhere because it's still early in a lot of the other games, except the Cubs are up to bat, but they lead at 4-1. Dodgers and Rockies, there's a blowout there. That's in the top of the 6th. And again, we'll catch you up. Bottom of the 10th, Toro is up, and Toro takes ball 1 as it was low. 1 ball, no strikes in the bottom of the 10th inning. 1 away. The pitch. That ball was sliced foul. It's out of play. The Rays did get another run, and they now trail 5-2. Rodon is pitching. J.J. out trying to steal home. The pitch, ground ball, hit over to second base. The throw to shortstop, there's 1. The throw to first, there's 2. And Boston and Baltimore are going to the 11th inning. How do you screw that up, Boston? Baltimore got out of it. Cano, with the game on the line, came through in the guts of the game. That is insane. So they're going to the 11th, and the Twins are about ready to start off the bottom of the 9th inning as they trail 6-3, and we will go there right now. A 6-3 game out in Minnesota. The Athletics will send out Harris to close it out. Brooks Lee is going to lead it off, and Lee takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. How's everybody feeling in chat? Who are we rooting for in this game? A's or Twins? 0-2, ground ball hit over to third base. And the throw over to first, it's in time. 1 away out in Minnesota. 1 gone there. So the O's and the Red Sox are going to the 11th inning. Did Elliot Ramos just get hit? Ouch. That's got to hurt. You're seeing ghost runners? 0-1. And that pitch is outside for ball 1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Yankees and Rays are going to the 3rd inning. It's 5-2 there. You got Cubs taking on the Brewers. That's going to the top of the 8th inning. We'll head over there in a bit. Do the Twins really have fans? They do. 1-2 pitch, check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Baltimore and Boston are back on. Dylan Carlson will lead off the top of the 11th for Baltimore. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2, and that is outside. We're going to go triple diamond in just a couple of seconds because Milwaukee is up. They trail by 3, and the batter just grounded out over towards first base. That was Siegler. 3-2 pitch, popped up, hit out over towards shallow right field. Second baseman gets under it and gets called off by the right fielder, and the catch is made for out number 2 in Minnesota. And Dylan Carlson's at bat for Baltimore. The count is 1-2. So we got 3 games going on, 3 big games that have Diamond Zone alerts, and that's why we're going to a triple play. Minnesota down to their final outs. The first pitch is taken for a ball. That is to Martin. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. Line drive it out to left field, and a sliding catch to end the ball game by Soderstrom. And that ball game is done out in Minnesota. The Twins lose by a score of 6-3 to the A's. And we go back to Boston to check up on them. Now, the Milwaukee Brewers just got their next man out. I believe that was Monasterio. And so there is out number 2 in Chicago. We'll head there now because there's a timeout in Boston. A ground out was taking place, and the runner from second went on over to third. Yelich up for Milwaukee. The pitch. There's a called strike. No balls, 1 strike to Christian Yelich. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Brewers lost the first game of the doubleheader, and they're down to their final 3 outs. One ball, 1 strike to Christian Yelich. The 1-1 foul ball. Basallo is up for the Baltimore Orioles, facing Garrett Whitlock. It's 0-1 to him. The pitch, there's a big swing and a miss for strike 2. And back to Chicago we go. The 1-2 to Yelich. It's grounded over to second base. The second baseman picks it up. The throw over to first in time. Milwaukee down to their final 3 outs. All right, Basallo is going to ground this one over towards the right side. The runner from third will score. The throw over to first is in time, and Baltimore takes the lead 4-3. It's an RBI ground out by Basallo. And so, nobody on. 2 outs in Boston in the top of the 11th inning. That pitch was heading on into the dirt. Okay. Top of the 11th, 2 away. Jackson Holliday is up for Baltimore. And he takes ball 1. Again, we will make sure that we catch you up to all the other games going on. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. 2 balls, no strikes here in the top of the 11th. How did Boston get their runs? We'll catch you up on that right now. 2-0, swing and a miss. Wong scored on a disengagement violation. Anthony to third on the disengagement violation as well. So that's how Boston went up 1-0. Ryan Mountcastle tied it up on an RBI single. Colton Cowser had an RBI double. Mountcastle also scored on a wild pitch. And then in the bottom of the 9th, Nathaniel Lowe had a 2-run home run to tie it up 3-3. And Basallo just grounded out over to the catcher. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Jackson Holliday. And the 3-2 is down for ball 4. And Holliday is now over at first base for Baltimore. 4-3 there. The Yankees just got themselves another run, and they now lead at 6-2. Unbelievable. Rockies are down 7-2 to the Dodgers. Reds and Angels are tied 1-1. You got Guardians down 1-0 to Arizona. And the Giants and the Padres tied up 1-1. No balls, 2 strikes. Vasquez is up at the plate for Baltimore. The 0-2, it's popped up. It's hit out over towards the right side, right behind home plate, and the catch is made, and Boston is going to the bottom of the 11th inning. It's a 4-3 ball game out in Boston. Okay, Hunter Goodman just hit a 2-run home run. I believe it's a 7-4 game out in Colorado. It was Karros who had a 2-run home run, not Goodman. I apologize. If you had Goodman in fantasy, I do apologize. So it's 7-4 there. Where should we go to now? I guess that we can go to, the Cubs and the Brewers are in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 4-1 Chicago. Once the Brewers come up, we'll let you back in on that action. Let's go to Fernando Tatis. I know that it's still early in the bottom of the third inning, but it's 2 balls, no strikes to him. We'll see how he does against Tang for the Giants. 2 balls, 1 strike to Fernando Tatis Jr. Welcome on into Diamond Zone. Where are you guys tuning on in from? If you guys have any picks for tonight's game, let us know down below for any of the games that are occurring. If you guys are into fantasy baseball, this is like the right thing for you. It really, really is. We have a lot of fun on here. I believe that we can get rid of these games up here. We are family friendly, that is correct. So I believe we have 6 games left. 7 games left. Yes, 7 left. 3-2 to Tatis, and that's inside for ball 4. So Tatis gets on with a 1-out walk for San Diego. Rays are coming up to bat in the bottom of the third inning. All right, let's go back over to Boston and check to see how things end over here. Corbin Martin is going to pitch, and he will face Wong. Nate Eaton is the ghost runner. He's at second. Bottom of the 11th, the pitch. This ball's bunted over towards third base. The runner from second goes over to third. The throw to first in time. The tying run 90 feet away from scoring for Boston. Zoinks. A ghost. A ghostly Garber. Weird. All right. The Diamondbacks just lost the lead to Cleveland on an RBI double that was given up by Eduardo Rodriguez. All right. So the tying run at third for Boston. And the pitch is taken outside for ball 1. Samuel Basallo, who did just give Baltimore the lead, he's now catching. 1 ball, no strikes to Roman Anthony. And the 1-0 is up high for ball 2. Cubs do have a runner on over at first. Dodgers have a runner on over at first. The Reds are making things interesting. Mlb Marte is up for the Cincinnati Reds. We'll check up on them as well. The 2-0, this one's flying out over towards center field. Will it be deep enough to score is the question. The catch is made, and it is not deep enough. It is not deep enough. The throw was a little bit off the line. And so, Boston down to their final out. Oh, boy. That was big. That was pretty big. The Angels, if we go there, Angels have 2 runners on. And the Reds are going to get an RBI single to make it now 3-1. That single was, where is it? That single was made by Mlb Marte. All right, no balls, 2 strikes to Alex Bregman as we are in the bottom of the 11th inning. It was old man Ferguson, Scooby-Doo. Hit that thumbs up button, people. No balls, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 11th. Boston down to their final strike. And the 0-2 is down for a ball. All eyes on this game right now. 1-2 in the bottom of the 11th inning. Alex Bregman is up. He's 0 for 3. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-2 to Bregman. Up high for ball 2. By the way, the Cubs and the Brewers are going to the 9th inning. We'll check up on them once the 9th inning starts. It's 4-1. Milwaukee down to their final 3 outs. 2-2 is the count to Bregman. And the pitch is down and away for ball 3. They can't put Boston to bed. The 3-2 pitch to Bregman. It's popped up. It's hit out over towards shallow left center field. Henderson gets under it, squeezes it, and the ball game is over. And Boston loses by a final score of 4-3. Both teams combined left 25 men on base. The Orioles stranded 12. And the Red Sox, they stranded 13, and that was the difference. That is a wild ending. That is pretty insane. Man, who would have thought? Did you guys have that correct? If you guys took the under for 7.5 runs, well, you just won some money there. You did. All right, let's refresh these scores. And again, once Milwaukee comes back, we'll head on over to the 9th inning for that game. And we'll check up on them. Dodgers and Rockies, it's 7-4 in the top of the 7th with 2 runners on in scoring position. The Reds, they're up 3-1 against the LA Angels with 2 runners in scoring position, and now the bases are loaded for Cincinnati. So we can go check up on them too. Giants and Padres, they're going to the 4th inning. It's still a 1-1 game. The Guardians and the Diamondbacks, the bottom of the 4th, it's getting started there. And the Yankees, well, the Yankees game, it's 6-2 in the bottom of the 3rd with 2 outs and a runner on over at first. So we got 6 games left going on right now as we speak. This Boston game is done. What we'll do is we'll put on the Reds Angels game here. So we got that on the phone. Milwaukee, it's 1-1 strike to Andrew Vaughn. We could actually put that game up on the phone. I'd rather not, actually. Dodgers did just score another run, and they now lead at 8-4. 1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball. It's hit back over to second base, picked up by the second baseman. Throw over to first. 1 out in the 9th inning in Chicago. All right, no balls, 1 strike to McLean in the Cincinnati Reds game with bases loaded. So if you have Matt McLean, or if you're rooting for Cincinnati, well, the Reds are up to bat. There's a broken back ground ball hit over to third. The throw to second, there's 1. The throw to first. He got him. He's out. The Angels get out of the inning, and it's a 3-1 deficit. The Reds, oh, that was so close. And we'll go back to Chicago. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Collins, and he grounds it over to second baseman Horner, who throws it over to first. And there is out number 2 in Chicago. All right, 1 more out to go. Ohtani is up for the Dodgers. Just wanted to throw that out there, too. Kittredge pitching for the Chicago Cubs. And Bryce Terang is up. And he takes ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes to Bryce Terang. And the 1-0 is on the outside corner for strike 2. Or for strike 1, that is. The 1-1 pitch. Check swing. He did not go, and the pitch is high for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Or 2 balls, 1 strike, that is. The 2-1. Ground ball hit over to first base. Ball game over as Bush gets it, tags in the bag, and the Cubs end up taking both games in this doubleheader against the Brewers. So the Cubs win 4-1. And with that, let's go check up on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Corbin Carroll just got on with a triple with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. So we got some drama going on over there. And we will go check up on the Arizona Diamondbacks. The Dodgers, also, it's an 8-4 game. Ohtani was up. He just grounded out over into a 3-6 fielder's choice. An RBI 3-6 fielder's choice. And they're now up 9-4. Betts just hit a line drive out to left field, and Ohtani just went on over to second. Diamondbacks looking to tie it. The pitch, it's a foul ball. This is Diamond Zone. Diamond Zone is where we go to every game that has drama. If there's bases loaded, if there's a runner on at third, when there's high, tense moments, we're going to go to it. Welcome aboard. It's MLB RedZone. That's basically what it is. No balls, 1 strike to Lourdes Gurriel Jr. in the bottom of the 4th. And the 0-1 is grounded over to first base. And so the second baseman picks it up, throws it over to first, knocks into the first baseman. Carroll scores. And the first baseman takes a tumble. And it's a 2-2 game out in Arizona. That was very bizarre. Curious to see what the ruling on this is going to be. Regardless, the run does score. They called him out over at first. The ball was grounded towards the right side. The first baseman got there. The second baseman and the pitcher went on over to first base. And I believe that the throw was made over to the pitcher, who just collided with the batter. He did. So the Brewers do win, and that game is done. Let's go. All right, we'll put this up here. The Dodgers are going to the bottom of the 7th. All right. So the Rays are going to the top of the 4th inning. They're down 6-2. Basically, in all these games now, runners are empty. There's nobody on base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 games left going on right now. 5 games to go. So let's refresh this page. We're going to refresh here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. All right. With that, we'll catch you up on everything that's been going on now while we're in a little bit of a break. Okay, so here are today's final scores. So the Brewers lost 6-4 in Game 1 of the doubleheader to the Chicago Cubs. They also lost Game 2 by a score of 4-1. The Blue Jays, they beat the Pirates today by a final score of 7-3. The Astros, they lost on a walk-off walk by Gleyber Torres in the 10th inning. Now, the Cardinals, they did manage to beat the Miami Marlins by a score of 7-4. You got the Mets beating the Nationals and spanking them 8-1. The Phillies beat the Mariners 6-4 there. The White Sox, they lost to the Braves 11-10. That was a back-and-forth ball game. Orioles did beat Boston. They won 4-3. And, well, Baltimore is looking to try to make some noise and try to come up with a late run potentially for a third wild card spot, even though it's pretty much, I don't want to say it's packed, but they would need a lot. They would need a lot. The Athletics won 6-3. Thank you guys so much for the redirect. Thank you so much, Fitzy. I really appreciate that, man. Guys, go subscribe to Thomas Fitzpatrick. The Yankees lead at 6-2. They're in the top of the fourth inning. The Royals won 5-2 against the Texas Rangers. And the other games that are going on right now, it's 10-4 Dodgers against the Colorado Rockies. That game's in the bottom of the seventh. You got Reds and Angels in the bottom of the fourth. They're actually going to the fifth now. The Giants and Padres are tied as they go to the bottom of the fourth. And the Guardians and the Diamondbacks, well, they're in the bottom of the fourth too. So those are all the scores right now around Major League Baseball. We got 5 games left to go. Got 5 games left. So we could put this one away. Let's go check up on those Rockies really quickly. There's one out in the bottom of the seventh as Farmer, Kyle Farmer that is, just flied out. Trent Grisham is up for the Yankees. In case you're wondering, how did the Yankees get their 6 runs? We'll break that down right now. Judge homered, Bellinger homered, and Stanton, all 3 of them homered. Back to back to back, I believe. Yes, back to back to back home runs from Judge, Bellinger, and Stanton. Caballero also had a home run, too. In the top of the second inning, it was a 5-0 game at the time. Nick Fortes had an RBI single. Cody Simpson, or Chandler Simpson, had an RBI fielder's choice. And Jazz Chisholm Jr. hit a solo shot. That's all the scoring for the Yankees. Lots of home runs from New York. Ryan O'Hearn is up. The count is 2-2 to him. And the Rockies now have 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, folks. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe as well. Judge is up for the Yankees. We'll go check up on him. So we still have a lot of time left in these games. 2 balls, 1 strike to Aaron Judge. The 2-1 pitch to Judge, and he takes a strike at the knees. Back-to-back belly, the belly, a jumbo jamboree, says Charles. Charles, thanks so much for stopping on by, man. I'm so happy to see you guys. Fitzy, hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well, man. The 2-2, that's taken low for ball 3. Judge, 3 balls, 2 strikes. He has 92 RBI on the season. The payoff pitch to Judge. It's a foul ball. Rockies have Jordan Beck up at the plate with a runner on over at first, and he just flied out to right, and the inning is over. So the Dodgers are going to the 8th inning. They lead it 10-4. We have some trouble going on in San Diego. There's a runner on over at first, and Bogarts is up. So 3-2 to Judge. 5 games left on this beautiful baseball night. 3-2 pitch to Judge, and that's down and in for ball 4, and so Judge gets aboard with a walk. I didn't realize we were behind in this game. I apologize about that. Ben Rice just hit a 3-run home run. Ben Rice just hit a solo homer. And then a 3-run homer was hit right before that. Giancarlo Stanton hit himself a 3-run bomb. Didn't realize that this was behind. Thanks, MLB. Thanks, MLB.TV. Bogarts is up for San Diego. Did he just get hit? I don't even know. 10-2 Yankees, though. That is pretty insane. A 10-2 game there. All right, let's refresh this page. How's everybody doing tonight? PAS is also here. What's going on, PAS? How are you, my friend? So happy to see you, too. Hello. It's good to see you. All right, so the Padres do have a runner on over at first base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's correct. That's correct. All right. So Stanton just hit 2 homers. He went back-to-back-to-back with Judge and Bellinger in the first inning. 3 solo shots there. And then he just hit a 3-run shot here in the 4th inning, and Ben Rice hit 1 as well. Ramon Laureano is up at the plate. We are going to go check on into this Padres game right now because we got some more drama there. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. It's good to see you too, my friend. Spencer Bivens warming up in the pen for the Giants. May have to also add in the Angels game because now it's 3-2 there. 1-1 pitch, ground ball hit over to shortstop. The throw to second, there's 1. The throw to first, safe is the call. And so the go-ahead run for San Diego is over at third. Laureano gets on with a fielder's choice. All right. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icons too. The Reds did just add on to their lead. Miguel Andujar had an RBI single to make it a 4-1 ball game. Excuse me. A lot of blowouts, though. Dodgers and Rockies are a blowout. It's 10-4 there in the top of the 8th inning. And it's 10-2 out in Tampa Bay. Let's go to Gavin Sheets for the Padres. Sheets will take the first pitch that he sees for strike 1. San Diego looking to go back out on top. We got the Reds threatening too. The 0-1 to Gavin Sheets, and that's in there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Andy Pages for the Dodgers did just fly out to right field, so if you have him in fantasy, he just got you out. No balls, 2 strikes to Gavin Sheets. He will step out of the box. The Reds, well, whatchamacallit just got called out on strikes, and they're now going to the bottom of the 5th. That was Austin Hayes that got called down on strikes. The pitch to Sheets, and he chops a foul over towards the right side. So 5 games left on this beautiful baseball night. No balls, 2 strikes to Gavin Sheets. The go-ahead run for San Diego at third. 1 out. The 0-2, it's fouled off the foot of Gavin Sheets. Is PAS still here? Drop your link down below, my friend. I hope you are. And if Fitzy is still here, please drop your link down below, too. One out, bottom of the 4th. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2, that's a foul ball. BW! How about that win? That was wild. You guys hung on I don't know how you did it, but you did. That is awesome. Congratulations to you guys. 0-2 pitch to Gavin Sheets, and that's a foul ball. I feel like every time we're on, the Padres play. What's up, Dr. Delay? Drop your link down below. Joel is here. What's up, Joel? All right. How are you? I'm so happy to see you guys. Yo, 2. That hits Gavin Sheets on the foot, and the bases are loaded for San Diego. We got some drama going on in San Diego over at Petco Park. And a timeout is going to be taken. And so we got drama in San Diego. 1 out, bases loaded. And we'll head back there in just a few seconds. Let's go check up on those Angels. Just to catch you up, it's been a wild day for baseball. We got 5 games going on currently. The Dodgers are slaughtering the Colorado Rockies 10-4. You got the Reds beating the Angels 4-1. That game is still in the middle stages, I would say. It's 4-1, bottom of the 5th. You got Giants and Padres. We'll go back there soon. We got Guardians and Diamondbacks. It's 2-2 there out in the desert. And then the last game is the Yankees-Rays game, and that's an absolute blowout. Jose Iglesias coming up for the San Diego Padres. We're going back there right now, of course. Bases loaded. Iglesias takes strike 1, and it's an 0-1 count to Jose Iglesias. We will keep you updated if there are any other scoring changes going on within the next couple of moments. We're going to stick to San Diego, though. Here's the 0-1, and that ball is fouled and out of play. A lot of talking. Welcome on into Diamond Zone. It's basically baseball's version of RedZone. If you love baseball, if you're a baseball freak, this is the right thing for you. We scatter around. We weave in. We weave out. We don't have any dead time. That's how we roll on here. No balls, 2 strikes to Jose Iglesias. By the way, the Diamondbacks, or the Guardians that is, have a runner on over at first. Jose Ramirez is up. The 0-2, line drive, base hit out to left field. 1 run's going to score. That's going to be Gavin Sheets. It's 2-1 Padres. Jose Iglesias gives San Diego the punch that they need. And Bob Melvin says, I've seen enough. All right, so let's go to Iglesias' at-bat, or Jose Ramirez's at-bat. The pitch, fly ball, hit out to left field. It's gone. Jose Ramirez with a 2-run shot. And that makes it a 4-2 game. Jose Ramirez, that's just what he does. He's just one of the best hitters in all of baseball when he gets going. That was a big home run from him on the right side of the plate. And we did not miss a beat on that. Crazy. So the Guardians just took the lead and now lead at 4-2. The pitch from Rodriguez, that was Eduardo Rodriguez. That ball is grounded over to second base. The throw to first is in time. David Fry is out. Okay, so let's reset everything. Okay, so the Padres and the Giants, they're in a break right now. It's a pitching change out in the bottom of the 4th inning. They just took the lead on an RBI single by Jose Iglesias. Now, Jose Ramirez did just give the Guardians a 2-run lead. It's 4-2 out in the desert. We also have the Reds taking on the Angels. It's 4-1 over there. That game's in the bottom of the 5th. And then we got a couple of blowouts. The Yankees are absolutely ripping the hearts and souls out of the Rays. That game got started very late because of the rain. It got started at 9:30, and it's 10-2 there. And now at Coors Field, it's a 10-4 ball game in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs. Let's go check up on them, I guess, right now. It's no balls, 1 strike to Ezequiel Tovar, and the 0-1 is down for a ball. Let's go. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. BW, you're the man. Drop your link down below. JJ, can we recruit 3 what? I'm sorry, the chat's flying by. 3 subs over on the BW side. We're 3 away from 3,300. 2/3 of the way to 5K. Absolutely. Drop your link down below. Please do that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're pretty busy. We're locked. We're loaded. We're feeling pretty good. Janet, thank you so much. This is the Diamond Zone. If you guys love baseball, this is great. The pitch, fly ball, hit out over towards right field. That's going to hit off the top of the wall. And running on over to third base is Tovar. He gets on with a triple in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 outs. All right, so the Giants are back on. A sac fly was complete by Elias Diaz. And it's now a 3-1. Is it 3-1? Let's see what happened there. I apologize. It was a ground ball. It was hit over to third base. Schmidt had it, threw it over to home plate. That's what happened. Didn't even realize that they were back on. They just came back from a break. And it's a 5-2 fielder's choice. That's a big out. Bailey was able to Bailey got lucky there. He almost got annihilated on that slide. All right. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2-1 San Diego. There we go. Cheers! Fernando Tatis Jr. up with the bases loaded. It's a 2-1 game out in San Diego. The pitch. That's low for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Fernando Tatis Jr. Let me know if you're able to follow along as we switch the scores. The 1-0 pitch to Tatis. Inside for ball 2. We have an update. The Guardians, who are taking on the Diamondbacks, well, it was a 4-2 game. It still is 4-2, but Alek Thomas just got on with a leadoff triple in the bottom of the 5th inning against Tanner Bibby. Back over to Tatis's at-bat. The 2-0 is taken up high for ball 3. And so it's 3 balls, no strikes to Tatis. All eyes on him. Diamondbacks will go back there in just a couple seconds. Don't you worry. The 3-0 to Tatis. That's outside, and a run comes in for San Diego again. An RBI walk as Gavin Sheets scores. He gets a high five from Arise. All right, here's the 0-1 pitch to Ivan Herrera, and that's going to be caught over towards shallow center field by the second baseman, and it won't be deep enough for Thomas to score. So it's a 4-2 game in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out. We're going to go double diamond, baby. Back and forth between these 2 games. Here comes Arise. Bases loaded for San Diego. Here's the 0-1, and that's down for a ball. Perdomo is up for the Diamondbacks. 4-2 Cleveland. Runner on at third. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. It's no balls, 1 strike to Perdomo, and 1 ball, 1 strike to Arise. The 1-1 pitch. This ball is flied out towards left field. Not that deep. Ramos is there. Makes the catch. The inning is over out in San Diego, but the damage is done. Jose Iglesias gets the Padres an RBI single, and Fernando Tatis Jr. gets an RBI walk. And they are going to the 5th inning out at Petco Park. So let's go back to this Diamondbacks game. It's 4-2, bottom of the fifth. One out, a runner on at third. The pitch is flying out over towards left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Perdomo with an RBI single. He pumps the brakes as he rounds first, goes back to first, and it's a 4-3 game. RBI opposite field single for Geraldo Perdomo. And so the Diamondbacks trying to claw their way back into business. What a game. Just to update you, the Dodgers are in the top of the ninth inning. It's 10-4 out in Colorado. Have not forgotten about the Yankees. They're going to the bottom of the fifth. It's 10-2 in Tampa Bay. Bellinger, Judge, and Stanton hit back-to-back solo homers in the first. Stanton also had a 3-run homer. Ben Rice had a homer. And Jazz Chisholm Jr. homered as well. So a lot of home runs for the Yankees in that game. Let's go back over to the desert. Tying run at first. And Ketel Marte is up. If you have him in fantasy baseball, this will be a perfect time to tune on in. The pitch, and that is fouled away. The Reds, they lead at 4-1. That's in the top of the sixth inning. Once the Angels come up, we'll check in on them. 0-1. This one sliced out to left field. It's going to be caught, though, for out number 2 in the bottom of the fifth inning, and so the tying run still remains at first base. Giants are back on. Tyler Fitzgerald is up, and he just broke his bat, grounded it over towards the right side, throw to first in time for out number 1 against Nick Pivetta. Bottom of the fifth, 2 away, a runner on over at first. Corbin Carroll, who tripled his last time up, he comes up to the plate, and before the first pitch is thrown, the toss bat to first is not in time. Reds and Angels are going to the bottom of the sixth inning. We got 5 games going on at the same time. Dodgers just got their first out of the ninth. First pitch to Corbin Carroll. That's on the outside corner for a called strike to Carroll. How is everybody doing? We got 89 people rocking with us. Thank you all so much for being on here. Ohtani is up at the plate for the Dodgers. They have 10 runs on 16 hits. The pitch, fly ball, hit out to right field. That's going to go all the way towards the wall. Perdomo's rounding third. He's going to score. Carroll's going to go on over to third base. It's an RBI triple. That's his second triple of the ball game. Punch, counter punch. So the Guardians, Jose Ramirez with a 2-run homer in the top of the fifth. And then Geraldo Perdomo at an RBI single in the bottom of the fifth. And Corbin Carroll tied it on an RBI triple. Meanwhile, back out in San Diego, Heliot Ramos is up at the plate. And he is the tying run. A double was just hit by the Giants. We'll get you a name in just a few seconds. Looks like it was Jung-Hoo Lee that got the double. The Diamondbacks looking to try to take the lead. The Giants trying to tie it back. And we'll have to go double diamond. Again. Gurriel Jr. for the Diamondbacks just fouled off the first pitch. And back to Ramos' at bat. The count is 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 is taken at the knees for a called strike from Nick Pivetta. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, folks. 2 balls, 1 strike to Heliot Ramos. The 2-1 delivery. That's high for ball 3. The 0-1 pitch to Gurriel, and that is taken for ball 1. Yankees have 10 runs on 10 hits. Rodon pitching, 4 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts for him. The count is now 3-2 to Ramos and 2-1 to Gurriel Jr. We got a double play on our double diamond. 2 balls, 1 strike in the bottom of the 5th inning out in the desert. 2-1 pitch, ground ball hit over to third base. This should end the inning. Ramirez has it, throws it over to first. Good stretch by the first baseman, and we are going to the 6th inning. The Diamondbacks tie it up, though, as Perdomo and Carroll come through. RBI single for Perdomo and an RBI triple for Carroll. And we go back to San Diego. 3-2 is the count to Ramos, and the 3-2 pitch is spoiled, foul, and out of play. Give me a thumbs up if you're still rocking with us. It's 11:09 p.m. Eastern Time. We got Diamond Zone again tomorrow night as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Heliot Ramos. And the payoff pitch, this ball is flied out towards right field. Not that deep. Fernando is there, makes the catch just shy of the track. The throw is going to be made over to third base. That's not in time to get Lee. And so he's now 90 feet away from scoring. How you feeling, chat? How is everybody doing tonight? Keep smashing that bell. All right, so let's go to the Angels game. I know that we haven't really checked up on them in a little bit of time. It's a 4-1 game there. Taylor Ward is up at the plate. There's a timeout taken on the mound as Rafael Devers is due up next for the Giants. 0-1 to Ward, and he chops a foul. Just another thing to let you know, Will Smith did just hit an RBI single, and it's now 11-4 Dodgers in the top of the 9th inning. There's Dr. Delay. Comment your link down below. Nonstop action like this, baby. This is the Diamond Zone. Welcome aboard. Can I take your order? What do you want? Do you want to go to the Reds-Angels game? That's in the bottom of the 6th. Or should we go back to the Padres game? Or how about we do both? Taylor Ward is up at the plate, too, for the Angels. And he just took the 0-2 inside for a ball. We got a tie game out in the desert. Let's go to Devers' at-bat right now. First pitch. That is a low one inside for ball 1. Ward just fouled off the next pitch. Devers in the box. Tying run at the plate for San Francisco. The 1-0 pitch. Outside for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Gabriel Arias is up for the Guardians. Taylor Ward for the Angels did just strike out. So he's down on strikes, and they are going to the 7th inning over there. The 2-0 to Raffy. That ball is swung on and missed. It's 2-1. Arias just took high for ball 1 out in Arizona. Two balls, 1 strike to Rafael Devers. The 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and a fastball right down the middle. I have some great news, JJ. I just unlocked the redirect feature. Let's go! Woo! Love that. Dude, that's so cool. That is so cool. Congratulations, my friend. The 2-2 to Devers, and that ball is fouled again. Arias still fighting in his at-bat. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to him. Double diamond between Giants and Padres and Guardians and Diamondbacks. Again, make sure that you go subscribe to Dr. Delay. Junior Caminero just grounded into a double play for the Tampa Bay Rays. If you have him, well, he just lost you a point. That just ended the inning. Rockies are going to the bottom of the ninth against the LA Dodgers. Big payoff pitch coming up to Devers. And here it comes. And that ball is flied out over towards left center field. It's not deep. It's very playable for Sheets, and he'll make the catch. And the inning is over out in San Diego. They are going to the bottom of the fifth inning. It's 3-1 Padres against the Giants. All right, so the Rockies are in the bottom of the ninth. Again, it's an 11-4 ball game out at Coors Field. But we're going to go back over to Arizona as it's 4-4. The 2-2 pitch to Arias, and he just popped out into foul territory. The third baseman's there, makes the catch, and there's out number 2. Gotta tell you, Dr. DeLay, I love your power rankings. I've been following them, and I've been binging them. I just did that last night. It's been good. I like your power rankings, dude. I do. They're awesome. I look forward to them. I'm ready to figure out who's going to be number 1. We're so close. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 6th inning, 2 outs, nobody on. The 2-2 on the way is down and away for ball 3. Hit that thumbs up button, people. We have 88 people rocking with us. Make sure you guys subscribe as well. The 1-1 pitch. That is taken at the knees. It actually went around. Excuse me. The pitch was low. And it's 1-2. Thanks for releasing the last 3 this week, and I'm so excited. I am so excited. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch down in the way for ball 2. Pages just caught out number 2 in the 9th inning out in Coors Field. And so Colorado down to their final out. All righty. Jones just grounded one over towards the mound. And the inning is over. And so the Diamondbacks are going to the bottom of the 6th inning. And with that, we'll go to Coors Field as they are down to their final out in Denver, Colorado. If we can find it. No balls, 1 strike. And that is to Ritter. And the pitch. Fly ball hit out over to left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. It's going to bounce over the wall. And it's a ground. Oh, it's called a foul ball. Excuse me. They called it just a foul ball. But speaking of doubles, we have another alert going on in San Diego. Manny Machado did just double for San Diego, and he is now in scoring position in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rockies down to their final strike. 11-4, bottom of the 9th inning. The 0-2, that's going to bounce in the dirt for a ball. Ryan O'Hearn is up for San Diego, and he just fouled off the next pitch that he just saw. If you guys love Diamond Zone, give us some feedback down below. The 0-1 pitch. That ball is fouled away. Rockies' game is over. The batter just fouled out to right field, and the Dodgers absolutely crushed Colorado by a final score of 11-4. And so 4 games left. No balls, 2 strikes, and the 0-2 to O'Hearn is outside for a ball. But the Dodgers do win, and we're going to refresh this scoreboard now. So now we have 1 game on the laptop. We got 1 on the TV, 1 on the phone, and 1 on the iPad. Diamond Zone seems awesome, JJ. Red Zone is great action. No commercials. We're nonstop. We bring the energy. We bring the fire. I mean, my gosh. It's just baseball, baseball, baseball. We eat baseballs for breakfast. That's the joke on here. 2-2 pitch. That ball is lined out to right field for a base hit. O'Hearn's going to get himself an RBI base hit as Machado will score. It's 4-1 San Diego. And Spencer Bivens gives up another run to the Padres. Man. Nice swing there by Ryan O'Hearn. The Diamondbacks are back on as they start off the bottom of the sixth. Again, we're sticking to the close games over here. The Yankees did add on to their lead. We'll check up and see how that occurred. Bellinger homered again. So Bellinger and Stanton have each homered twice. Rice homered, Chisholm homered, and Judge homered as well. And so did Jose Caballero and Jazz Chisholm Jr. So that's pretty much almost everybody in the lineup that has homered for the Yankees. All right, so there's 2 outs in the bottom of the sixth out in Arizona. Bogart's up for the Padres. The count is 0-2 to him. First pitch to Jake McCarthy. That's taken for a ball. Matt Gage getting warmed up in the Giants' bullpen. 1 ball, no strikes to McCarthy. McCarthy shows bunt, bunts it over towards the third base side, barehanded by the third baseman. Throw over to first, it's wide, and McCarthy's going to take a turn. He's going to go over to second base, and he will be in there sliding safely. That was Jose Ramirez who barehanded it over at third, and he just could not make a good throw at all whatsoever. Joe Adele hits one out to left field for LA, and that ball is gone. And so the Angels trail by 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Joe Adele with a big-time shot, and the Angels are back in business. Okay. Uh-oh. Xander Bogaerts just found a pitch right off his ankle, and he is down in a lot of pain. That's not good. We also do have a break in the action between the Guardians and the Diamondbacks. A new pitcher will be coming on in to face Alec Thomas. Jose Ramirez made a big-time error at third base on a bunt attempt by Jake McCarthy. He barehanded it, got it into the hand, and then threw it over to first base wide. And it got by the first baseman. McCarthy ended up going to second base. And so the go-ahead run is at second for Arizona. I believe that everybody for the Yankees is homered. It has to be. Everybody is homered for the Yankees except for Grisham, Goldschmidt, and Volpe. Crazy. They've hit 8 homers in that game. Back to Xander Bogaerts is at bat. He'll ground this one over to third. It's hit over, and the throw over the second, there's 1. The throw to first, there's 2. And that is what you call a double play. Anybody using this for fantasy baseball stats? This is what I want to do. I really, really want to do this. I really would love to do that. I want to get people that are tuning on in just because they love baseball. You know, if they're into fantasy, if they have other things that they are interested in too. I mean, my gosh, it's great. It's great for that. Laureano lines this one out to right field for a base hit, and there's an opposite field single with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning in San Diego. Travis d'Arnaud for the Angels is coming up. And he lines this one out to left field for a base hit. The Angels are going to bring the tying run up to the plate in the bottom of the 7th. Oh, boy. Wow. All right, so Bivens is out of the game for San Francisco. He is done. Gavin Sheets is coming up next. All right, that adds to the fun with Red Zone, plus chatting sports in general. Isn't it great? The Doc is in. District Nation is also in. What's going on, my friend? How are you? I'm so happy that you are on here. So we have a break in the action in San Diego. We're also going to have a break going on in L.A. The Angels, okay, it's a 4-2 game. Tying run is at second. And we're going to go back to the Diamondbacks game. We got 4 games left. 4 games left to go. No balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2 outs. And the go-ahead runs over at second base. That is Jake McCarthy. 0-2 pitch. Inside for ball 1. That's to Alec Thomas. So 4 games remaining. We got Reds and Angels. We got Giants and Padres. We got Guardians, Diamondbacks. And we got Yankees and Rays. The 1-2 to Thomas. And that ball is popped up over towards the right side of the infield. Naylor, or Santana that is, going around, stops, waits for it, and makes the grab. And we're going to the 7th out in Arizona at Chase Field. Okay. Crazy stuff. All right. 4 games left. Can you guys follow along? Matt Gage is going to pitch now for the Giants. We'll head back there. Giants trying to keep it a 3-run deficit. And another insurance run for San Diego is over at first. Sheets is up in the first pitch. It's wild. It's going to get by Bailey. And Laureano heads over to second base. He's in scoring position for the Padres. Hunter Green, 6 1/3. 12 strikeouts and just a couple of hits allowed. He was fantastic today for the LA Angels. If you had him in fantasy baseball, well, you're probably going to hope that he gets to hang on for the win because he was sensational. 1-0. That is up high for ball 2. That's to Gavin Sheets. Angels are back on. Graham Ashcraft is pitching to Christian Moore. 2 balls, no strikes. We're going to go double diamond. The 2-0 to Sheets, and that's in there for a strike. The pitch to Moore. Line drive, base it out to right field. The Angels are going to have runners at the corners with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Wow. The 2-1. That's on the outside corner for a called strike to Gavin Sheets in the Padres-Giants game. We'll be back on for Diamond Zone tomorrow night. We'll be back on at around 6 o'clock. That'll be a lot of fun. The pitch to Sheets. Fly ball. This one's hit out towards right center field. And that's going to be caught for out number 3 by the right fielder for the Giants. And so they will go to the top of the 6th inning. Wrong game on. Apologize about that. There it is. They're going to the 6th. And we go back over to the desert, and we go to Angels Stadium as well. All right. These 2 games. No balls, 1 strike. Luis Rengifo is up. Uh-oh. Rocchio sends this one out to center field for the Diamondbacks. It's not that deep, though. Or for the Guardians. And the catch is made by Thomas for out number 1. No balls, 2 strikes to Luis Rengifo. Just got Green back in some leagues. I laugh when I see OT extra innings baseball. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? Michael, can you follow along? You can follow along, right? It's not confusing, like when we're going to other games. The 0-2 pitch to Rengifo, swing and a miss, and there's out number 2 out in the Angels game. Austin Hedges, can't believe he's still in the league. Austin Hedges is up at the plate. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to him. Eduardo Rodriguez still pitching. He has 88 pitches. The 1-1, swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2. Zach Neto is up for the Angels. Bottom of the 7th, 2 runners on, 2 outs for him. The pitch, swing and a miss. Bat to Hedges at bat. It's a 1-2 count there. We go double diamond. No balls, 1 strike to Neto. And the 0-1 is down for a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hedges. And the pitch is low for ball 2. Casey Schmidt is going to lead off the top of the 6th for the Giants. And we'll have to go triple box pretty soon. The 1-1 to Neto is down for ball 2. And in Schmidt's at bat, it's 1-1. The 2-2 to Hedges, that's down for ball 3. 3-2 is the count. And back to Neto's at bat, it's 3-1. I may stop by on Wednesday. O's have an off day. We're going to be on for a while, my friend. We'll be on for a while. The payoff pitch to Hedges, and that is just outside for ball 4 in the top of the 7th inning. The 3-1 to Neto, line drive, base hit out to left field. The Angels will get another run. It's a 1-run ball game out at Angel Stadium. Let's go. Zach Neto with an RBI single. The Angels down by a run. All right. Stephen Kwan is coming up for the Cleveland Guardians. It's 4-4 in the top of the 7th. Guardians looking to try to take the lead. And then the Giants, they're down 4-1. The count is 2-2 to Schmitz. And it's a 4-2 game here in the or 4-3 game here out in L.A. Nolan Shanuel is up. There's a timeout there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Stephen Kwan. A runner on at first. The 1-1 to Kwan. Line drive hit out to left field. That's going to be caught for out number 2. In the Giants game, it's still a 3-2 count to Casey Schmidt. Torey Lovullo in the Diamondbacks game is going to go out there to make a move. Eduardo Rodriguez's night is done, so now we just have 2 games that we're going to go back and forth with. 3-2 to Schmidt. Strike 3 called. And so, there is out number 1 there. How about the Angels? Nolan Shanuel is up. Zach Neto just had an RBI single. It was a 4-1 game. Taylor Ward did a solo home run as well. It's 4-3. Bottom of the 7th, the 1-1, swing and a miss to Shanuel. Dom Smith for the Giants comes on up and takes a called strike. One ball, 2 strikes to Nolan Shanuel. And a huge pitch coming up. The 1-2, line drive caught over at first. It was a rocket. It was lightning in a bottle caught by the first baseman. And the inning is over. We're going to the 8th inning out in L.A. Wow, so Hunter Green can still get you the win if you have him in fantasy. Pivetta is pitching still for the San Diego Padres. 4-1 game, top of the 6th, 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. The 2-1 pitch, that is outside for ball 3. Cameraman was on it. He was confused for a second. Yeah, I know. Volpe just got on with a base hit. We're going to take a sip of water. Smith will ground this one over to first base. There's out number 2. As Arias, all he has to do is just take it to the bag himself. And there is out number 2. We'll catch you up on the wild card races, too. How about those Yankees? The Yankees have 12 runs and are winning 12-2. We haven't even gone to them today because we've had close games. We're sort of insulting the Yankees, I guess, because they are just blowing out the Tampa Bay Rays. 12-2 there. Here comes Christian Koss for the Giants, and the pitch is fouled away. We got a break here. We got a break here. And we got a game here. The ball is 1 strike. It's still a 3-run game out in San Diego. Yankees have 7 home runs. Yes, 8 home runs. I'm sorry. 8. 6 different players have homered. The 0-1, foul ball. Stanton homer twice. See, I'm like on this tonight. I really am. I'm so on with this. Stanton is homered twice. Jazz homered. Judge homered. Bellinger is homered twice. Rice homered as well. And we're missing one other guy. It was not Goldschmidt. It was not Grisham. Who was the other one? I'm blanking out right now. 0-2, foul ball. There was one other person. One other one. Caballero. Jose Caballero. Got it. No balls, 2 strikes to Christian Koss. Guardians are back on. The 0-2, and that's taken for a ball. The pitch. This one's grounded over the first baseman's head, out over to right field, and everybody's going to be safe. Runners at second and third. Is that Aniel Martinez that got on? It is. What's that? An infield double, I believe. Martinez bounced it. It bounced off of the first baseman's glove as he tried to come up with it. That was Pavin Smith, and he had to go chase after it. And there's runners at second and third. The pitch to Koss, and that's a foul ball. Looks like Elly De La Cruz will lead off the 8th inning for the Cincinnati Reds. The Guardians, they're going to walk. The Diamondbacks are going to intentionally walk Jose Ramirez, and that is going to load the bases in the top of the 7th inning. Elly De La Cruz is up for the Reds. And Cruz just struck out. Man. So who do you guys have in this game? The 1-2 to Koss. Strike 3. He's down. Bottom of the 6th coming up out in San Diego. It's a 4-1 game out at Petco Park. All right, so let's go back over to the Angels game. There's one out in the top of the 8th inning. Miguel Andujar is up. We're going to go double diamond as Kyle Manzardo is due up for Cleveland. The pitch to Andujar, and it's flied out to left field. It's caught, and there's out number 2. Guardians have bases loaded. Manzardo is up. 2 outs, top of the 7th. And the pitch. Line drive off the shoulder of the pitcher and fielded by the second baseman. The throw to first in time. Oh, wow. That was a bullet. It hit right off the shoulder of the pitcher. Marte played it like it was a ground ball, barehanded it, and threw a missile over to first to get the final outs of the 7th. And it's time to go to the bottom of the 7th out in Arizona. Whew. That was pretty wild. Austin Hayes is coming up for the Cincinnati Reds. The count is 2-0 to him. Where's the Reds game? There it is. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch is in there for a strike. I don't know if the trainer went out there to go check up on the pitcher or not, but that was pretty scary. 2-1 to Austin, and he takes a called strike right down the middle for strike 2. Judge is up at the plate. Let's go check up on Aaron Judge. Again, we've only went to the Yankees game maybe once. The 0-1 to Judge. That's inside for a ball. The Angels did just get out of the inning. What happened there? We'll let you know in just a few moments. 1 ball, 1 strike to Aaron Judge. 2 away. A runner on over at third. Padres are back on. 1-1 pitch to Judge. Swing and a miss. Excuse. Jose Iglesias is coming up for the San Diego Padres, and the count is 2-0. By the way, what happened in that Angels game was Austin Hayes struck out. Yeah, Shante, prayers. I mean, I'm just hoping that he's okay. Really. The 2-1 to Iglesias. That ball is fouled away. Diamondbacks starting off the bottom of the 7th as well. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing. He went around. The count is 0-2 to Herrera. Jose Herrera, that is. Jose Iglesias and Jose Herrera is up. We also had Jose Ramirez up at one point. A lot of Jose's. A lot of Jose's. No way, Jose. How many Jose's can you name? Jose Quintana? 3-2 to Iglesias. And that's a strike 3 called in the bottom of the 6th inning. And we'll go back to Arizona. 0-2 to Herrera. That is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jose Herrera. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball foul towards the left side. We still got 66 people rocking with us. He didn't get hit by a baseball. No. It just happened. He did not feel comfortable, and they did some testing. 2-2 to Herrera. 1-2 to Herrera, that is, and that's outside for ball 2. Here comes Mike Trout to the plate for the Angels. They're back on. That game's in the bottom of the 8th inning. So we're going to focus on this Angels game as well as the Diamondbacks game too. Herrera just grounded out 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. The 2-0 pitch coming up to Mike Trout in just a few seconds. Here it comes. That's in there for a strike. We're going to go double diamond in just a few seconds. 2-1 pitch to Mike Trout. There's a called strike. It's 2-2. Perdomo in the box for the Diamondbacks, and he lines this one out to center field, or left field that is, for a base hit. And Perdomo, thinking 2, decides not to do it at the last second. Throw back to first, not in time. And he's on with a 1-out single. And back to Trout's at bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes to him. Diaz just took ball 4 for the San Diego Padres. He's on over at first. The 2-2 to Trout, inside for ball 3. In the Padres game, we got Tatis coming up to the plate as Diaz just walked. Marte is up for the Diamondbacks. And the pitch to Trout, he fouls it off. Marte is up. The runner just went. and he's over at second base. Geraldo Perdomo in scoring position for Arizona. And so the Diamondbacks looking to try to take the lead. By the way, Trout did just walk. It was a full count. And so the tying run's over at first base for the Angels. Okay. Taylor Ward's coming up. They're going to walk Marte in the Diamondbacks game. Now let's go back to Ward's at bat. Ward takes down for a ball. One ball, no strikes. Tatis also ahead in the count, 2-0. These three games we're highlighting. Timeout taken in Arizona and a timeout taken as well in LA. So let's go to San Diego. 2 balls, 1 strike to Tatis. The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball, hit over to shortstop. It's a slow roller, barehanded by the third baseman. The throw to first, that's wide. And so Diaz will head on over to third. He's now being waved home. Nope, he held the brakes, and he hesitated, and he will stay over at third base. And Tatis, I believe, will be over at first. Weird. Very bizarre. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ward. And Ward takes ball 2. Corbin Carroll is up for the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's a triple header going on. Triple diamond, if you will. No balls, 1 strike to Corbin Carroll. The 0-1. This one's chopped over to third. Ramirez has it. Throws it to second for 1. Fires to first. Not in time to get the speedster. Corbin Carroll. Perdomo is over at third. 2-2 pitch coming up to Taylor Ward, and that's down for ball 3. Tatis for the Padres leads off over at first. There's also a runner on at third. Tatis dancing off the bag, and he is safe. Stephen Vogt is going to make a move for the Cleveland Guardians, and so that's going to be it for Tim Herron. Huge pitch to Taylor Ward, and the pitch is grounded and rolled back over the second base. The tag to second, there's 1. The throw to first, there's 2. There we go. That's a 4-3 double play. That's a rally killer. And so there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th inning out in L.A. Arias for the Padres just grounded 1 over towards the mound. The throw to second base. Great extension there by Fitzgerald. He's out at second, but the runner from third does score. It's 5-1 Padres. Okay. So Arias gets an RBI fielder's choice. That's a 1-6 fielder's choice. Bad throw by the pitcher. That was Seymour. Took a skip bounce, and Christian Koss that was able to make a good extension there. Machado is up for the Padres. The pitch is taken up high for a ball. Let's go back to the Angels game really quickly. The 1-1 to Adell. That's down for ball 2. Joe Adell is up for the Angels. Manny Machado is up for the Padres. Machado fouled it off. It's a 1-1 count. The 2-1 to Adell. That is way inside for ball 3. What's up, Philly Sports? How are you, my friend? 3 balls, 1 strike to Joe Adell. Diamondbacks and Guardians are back on. You got drama there. We got 4 games going on, 3 of them very, very close. 3-1 to Adell, and that's in there for strike 2. Gurriel Jr. is up for the Diamondbacks. The 3-2 to Adell. Fly ball hit out to left field. He's done it again. homers tonight by Adele, and this time he ties it. Imagine if Ward didn't even ground into that double play, he would have gotten the lead. It's a brand new ball game out in LA in Anaheim. Machado lines one off the glove of the first baseman. That goes out to right field. Arias stops at second. And so there's 2 runners on with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Joe Adele has been on fire, folks. He just tied the game. That ball went 371 feet. Are you kidding me? Gurriel Jr. up for the Arizona Diamondbacks. The pitch is taken for a strike. Fake throw made over the second base. And Carroll is safe. He is now in scoring position. Joe Adele just kept that ball fair. And he has homered twice. That was home run number 26 on the season for him. No balls, 1 strike to Gurriel Jr. And the pitch, line drive over the third baseman's head. The Diamondbacks are going to get 1 run. They're going to get 2 runs. It's a 2-run single by Gurriel Jr. And that makes it 6-4. Arizona back out in front. Let's go. More good baseball. Ramirez could not get there. It just went over his head. All right. Toss back over to first base, not in time. So Lourdes Gurriel Jr. just hit a big 2-run single to give Arizona the lead 6-4. Smith is up. That's Pavin Smith for the Diamondbacks. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. In case you're wondering what happened to the Angels, Maconda flied out to center. They're going to go to the 9th inning. O'Hearn just struck out for the Padres, but the damage is done. The Padres lead at 5-1. So we go back to Arizona. How about Joe Adele with 2 solo home runs for the Angels? 2 balls, no strikes. We're just approaching the 12 o'clock hour. The 2-0 pitch. That's a foul ball. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the notification bell icons too, folks. Who takes Wheeler's place in the rotation? Aaron Nola does. Aaron Nola just came back, so it works out. The 2-1 pitch, and that's inside for ball 3. Kenley Jansen is going to pitch. Again, the Angels just tied it in the bottom of the 8th inning. The 3-1 to Smith. Uh-oh, this ball is lifted out over towards left center field. That's going back towards the track, but it will be caught by Stephen Kwan. And out number 3 is made. And so, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. gives the Diamondbacks a 2-run lead. And they're going to go to the top of the 8th inning. Cleveland has their backs against the wall. Okay. Historical Trout, a younger crop. Joe Adele, maybe? Ooh. All right, let's go to the 9th inning out in L.A. The Angels are tied 4-4. Jansen versus Mlb Marte. And the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Yankees and Rays, it's 12-2 in the top of the 8th with 2 outs. And the Yankees have put up a plethora of runs. That game was supposed to start at 7:35. It was in a 2-hour rain delay. The 2-1 to Marte, That's in there for strike 2. Giants and Padres are also back on. That's in the top of the 7th inning. We'll have our eyes on that game and see if the Giants can get anybody on. But until then, the 2-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. Then we're waiting for that Guardians Diamondbacks game to come back on. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. just gave the Diamondbacks a 6-4 lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mlb Marte. Tune on in to Diamond Zone tomorrow night. It'll be a little bit more spread, so you'll be able to follow along a little bit easier. The 0-2 to Bailey. Foul ball in the Giants game. Jansen pitching. 1 out, top of the 9th. The pitch. And that is inside for a ball. Andrew Hoffman is the new guy pitching for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And Carlos Santana, the 40-year-old, is up at the plate. The 38-year-old, that is. Sorry. At an RBI single in the 4th. We're going to go double diamond. No balls, 1 strike to Santana. The 0-1, it's grounded and tapped foul. A big 1-1 from Jansen, and this ball is lifted out to left field. That's going to get down for a single. Jose Trevino with a 1-out single for the Reds in the 9th inning. The 0-2 to Santana, and that ball is chopped foul. The Giants did just get a base runner. He's over at first base. No balls, 2 strikes to Carlos Santana. The 0-2 delivery is high for a ball. It was Flores who got on with a single. Brian Hayes due up for the Cincinnati Reds. The 1-2 to Santana. This ball is flied out towards shallow center field. Perdomo makes the catch. No problem for him. 1 away in the 8th inning. And back to Brian Hayes very quickly. It will take a timeout. Gabriel Arias will step up to the plate for Cleveland. Cleveland down to their final 5 outs. 1 out. The pitch. Ground ball, base hit back up the middle. The tying run will be coming up to the plate. Arias takes a turn at first but stays put. And by the way, the Reds just got themselves another base runner. And so timeout is taken there in the 9th inning. Again, they're tied 4-4. Wow. And JJ, you're a gamer. You're still here, brother. Yeah, we're going until the final pitch of the final game. So we got drama going on in Arizona. We got drama going on out in LA as well. The pitch. There's a swing and a miss. That's to Jones. Jones versus Hoffman. Hoffman pitching for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And Kenley Jansen on the mound for the Angels. No balls, 1 strike. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Will Benson is going to bat for the Reds. Cleveland trying to get back into this game. They just lost the lead not too long ago on a 2-run single by Gurriel Jr. in the bottom of the 7th. We're dedicated to the craft, my friend. That's what we do, Eric. Tomorrow it's also going to be a long day as well. We love baseball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jones for the Guardians. The 1-2 pitch. There's a swing and a foul ball. It's 2 balls, no strikes, and that is 2. Will Benson for the Reds. Time is called. We're going double diamond. It's back and forth between these two games. 2-0 to Benson. Here it comes. The pitch. And that is fouled off. And by the way, the Giants are now going to the bottom of the 7th inning out in San Diego. They could not provide any offense in that 7th. The 1-2 pitch in the Diamondbacks game is down for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch in the Angels game is outside for ball 3 to Will Benson. If you love fantasy baseball, this is the perfect thing for you. The 2-2 to Jones. That's down for ball 3. Arias goes over to second. The 3-1 to Benson. Bases loaded for Cincinnati. And it looks like the trainer, the manager, and the pitching coach are going to go out there to talk to Jansen. All right, back to Jones's at-bat for Arizona. Well, the Guardians are going to fly this one out to left field. That's Jones. And the catch is made for out number 2. Whew. 2 outs in the 8th inning, and now Brian Rocchio is coming up for Cleveland. So Jansen just took a timeout for the Angels. Hopefully he is okay. Something did not look right on his windup. Uh-oh. Yeah. Rocchio is up, and the pitch, swing and a miss. It is 12 o'clock. It's midnight on the East Coast. The balls, 1 strike. 2 away, top of the 8th inning. Many MLB fans, where you live, Scott? He's in Australia. Sydney. The 0-1 is down for a ball. Jansen with the pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards center field. And so that ball is going to be caught, and the Reds are going to take the lead on a sac fly to make it 5-4. Punch, counter punch. The sac fly was hit by TJ Fradel. So it's a 5-4 ball game. Let's go back to Rocchio's at bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's the tying run for Cleveland. Big 1-2 pitch, and it's down and away for ball 2. Gavin Lux is up at the plate. So the Reds will probably send their closer out for the bottom of the 9th inning, you would assume. The 2-2 to Rocchio, and that's down for ball 3. Gavin Lux up for the Reds. The count is 1-1 to him. Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch, and that's down for ball 4. The tying run's over at first for Cleveland. The 1-1 pitch to Lux, and that's up high and outside for ball 2. The Reds just took the lead. The Guardians are trying to tie the game. Meanwhile, the Padres lead at 5-1 in the bottom of the 7th. That ball is ripped out over towards the right field line. That's a fair ball. That's going all the way towards the corner, and Gavin Sheets is going to get on with a double with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Whew. We'll go back to Lux's at bat right now. 3 balls, 1 strike. Reds trying to add on to their lead. What's going to happen to Gavin Lux? The 3-1 pitch. Line drive hit out to right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. The Reds are going to get themselves another run, as it now is 6-4. And another run comes home, and he is out at the plate. And so we're going to the bottom of the 9th inning out at Angel Stadium. Okay. All right, we're going to stop this. Austin Hedges is coming up for the Cleveland Guardians. 6-4 Cincinnati, last chance for the Angels. The pitch is outside for a ball to Austin Hedges. Iglesias for the Padres, heading the count 2-1. 6-4 in the Angels and the Diamondbacks games. Reds have the lead against the Angels. Diamondbacks have the lead against the Guardians. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away, top of the 8th inning. One ball, 1 strike. Kwan waits in the on-deck circle. The 1-1 pitch. Line drive, base hit out to left field for Cleveland. Rocchio's being waved home. It's a 1-run ball game. Holy Toledo. This Cleveland-Arizona game has been quite a ride. It's been quite a seesaw, and so has the Angels-Reds game. Who would have thought? Both of these teams battling. Torey Lovullo will make another move. That's going to be it for his pitcher. And by the way, Iglesias just grounded out, and the inning is over there. Let's take a very quick step off. I will be right back. Don't worry. Alrighty, we are going to the bottom of the 9th out in L.A. The 0-1 pitch to d'Arnaud. This ball is popped up over towards the first base side. Second baseman calls off the first baseman, and there is out number 1 in the 9th. Angels down to their final 2 outs, and Christian Moore will be the next man up for the Angels. He's 1 for 3. He did single back in the 7th. JJ's having a little breather. I'm just catching up on water. A lot of talking. The pitch. That's up high for a ball. So Moore ahead in the count, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Bottom of the 9th inning, 1 away. The Rays did just score a run, and they now have bases loaded. Oh, boy. I'll catch you up on that in just a little bit. Obviously, these 3 games are the most important right now. Kwan is up for the Guardians. Backus is pitching, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. We're going to go double diamond with the Angels, Reds, and Guardians and Diamondbacks games. The 0-1 to Kwan is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike in the top of the 8th inning with 2 outs. And runners at the corners. The 1-2 to Moore. Swing and a miss. Out number 2 in LA. And so final out to go there. It's do or die for Luis Rengifo. 2 balls, 1 strike to Steven Kwan. Guardians knocking on the door. The 2-1 pitch, and that's outside for ball 3. It's 3 balls, 1 strike to Steven Kwan. The Angels are down to their final outs. The pitch, and that's down for a ball to Rengifo. Back to Kwan's at bat. The 3-1 on the way is a fastball down the middle, and it's 3-2. Let's go, chat. Come on. I can't hear you. Charge! 3 balls, 2 strikes to Steven Kwan. The payoff pitch. It's high. Bases loaded for Cleveland. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's in there for a strike to Luis Rengifo. So again, the Angels are down to their final outs. The Guardians have bases loaded. We got drama in 2 of these games. Let's go. The 1-1 pitch, that's inside for ball 2, and not by much. And the Giants are down 5-1 in the top of the 8th inning. There's nobody on there. Now the Rays had bases loaded. They're down by 9, and they could not get another run. Angels down to their final strike. And let's go there now. The 2-2 pitch to Rengifo. That's up high for ball 3. Aniel Martinez up for the Guardians. A base hit for Cleveland gives them the lead. The 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. Angels again down to their final strike. The 3-2 pitch. That's on the outside corner, and the ball game is over. That was dramatic. All right, 1-1 to Martinez. That's just called a ball. That looked like it was a strike, and Diamondbacks fans are very upset about that call. How about the Cincinnati Reds getting themselves a W and beating the Angels by a score of 6-4? The 2-1 pitch. That's a foul ball, so 3 games left to go. Joe Adell did it 2 homers. But it was not enough. It was not enough. That was a big win for the Reds. I agree. Couldn't even fully celebrate because there's drama here. The 2-2 pitch. This one is blooped out over towards left center field, but that's going to be caught by the shortstop. And the inning is over, so Perdomo held on. He made the catch, and we are going to the bottom of the 8th out in Arizona. It's 6-5 Guardians. And now we have some time to breathe. So let's recap. The Angels, they did lose by a score of 6-4, and the Cincinnati Reds just hung on. Wow, that was pretty impressive. So now we got to refresh our page here. We'll make sure that we go on over the standings once the night of baseball is done. Devers up for the Giants, and Devers takes a called strike. So these are the 3 games left. We got Giants and Padres. It's 5-1 San Diego. We got Guardians and Diamondbacks. It's 6-5 Arizona. And then we got just a blowout of a game out in Tampa Bay, 12-3 New York. And so while every other game is in a break, we'll go back to San Diego. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away. Now we have some time to breathe, like regular baseball. 2-2 pitch, ground ball, hit over to second base. The throw to first, that's in time. There's out number 2 out of Petco Park. Whew. Hi, everybody. I actually got to talk to you guys. Or just sip water. It's like running a marathon. Gosh. But it's fun. I like it. We still got a lot of people tuning on in. 57 people rocking with us. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys enjoy this. Welcome on into welcome on into Diamond Zone, not Red Zone. No balls, one strike to Casey Schmidt. And here's the 0-1 that is taken down for ball one. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to put the Guardians game on the phone. And Jacob Junis is going to pitch. Arizona looking to add on to their lead. It's a 6-5 game. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball hit over towards shortstop. The throw to first. That's in time. And there is out number one in the bottom of the 8th inning. We're going to go double diamond as it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Casey Schmidt in the Giants game. Now we can bring the iPad over here, I guess. That works out great. So now we're down to 3 tablets, 3 different electronic devices. Three balls, 2 strikes to Casey Schmidt. The payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And the 8th inning is over for the Giants. Okay. So they are going to the bottom of the 8th out in San Diego. 5-1 is the score. Jake McCarthy just bunted, and he was out over at first. It was a pop-up bunt. Pretty crazy. Alec Thomas is up at the plate for the Diamondbacks. And he just took strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 is down for a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike now. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That ball was fouled off. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And we are going to the 9th inning. Last chance for Cleveland. They trail 6-5 to the Snakes. And it looks like their closer, Andrew Sal Frank, is going to go out there to pitch. Jose Caballero just hit his 2nd homer of the ball game for the Yankees. Give them 9 home runs in this game out in Tampa Bay. Caballero, Bellinger, and Stanton each have 2 homers. It's ridiculous. It's absurd. It doesn't make sense. It's wild. So Jose Caballero goes yard. Montgomery for the Rays just probably fired an expletive. Man, the 2025 murderous row. Gosh, 9 homers in that game. Elias Diaz is up for the Padres as they start off the bottom of the 8th. Once the 9th inning comes out in Arizona, that's where we're going to be focusing our attention on. Ahmed Rosario is going to get on with a double for the Yankees. And again, it's a 13-3 game out in Tampa Bay. Max, I'm sure, is probably celebrating. At least Diaz just took a ball. All right, so we are going to the 9th inning. This is where our focus goes to right now. Andrew Salfrank is going to pitch. Diaz just popped it up over towards the middle infield. And out number 1 is made as Fitzgerald catches it in the Giants game. We'll have Diamond Zone again tomorrow. What are the most homers in a game in Major League Baseball by one team? I don't know. But Judge hits this one out over to left field, and a diving catch is made, and the inning is over. So the Rays are going to the bottom of the 9th inning. They're down by 10. Andrew Salfrank facing Jose Ramirez. Oh, boy. Ramirez takes down and in for ball 1, and so the count is 1-0. If you got Tatis, he's also up at the plate. We'll let you know what he does. This is a 1-run game. It's been a seesaw. Ramirez pops it up out over towards shallow right field. McCarthy, or Carroll that is, gets over there and he'll make the catch for out number 1. 1 away in the 9th inning. Just a quick step away from that game very quickly. 2-1 to Tatis. Line drive, leaping catch over at third by Schmidt. Oh, he timed that perfectly. That was an excellent jumping catch. Kyle Manzardo comes up, and he takes ball 1 against the Arizona Diamondbacks. $10 by the Blue Jays and 87. Oh, gosh, thank you. 2 balls, no strikes. We're in the top of the 9th inning. The energy's starting to go down a little bit. Starting to feel it in the voice. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. This ball is flied out over towards center field, and McCarthy gets under it. There's out number 2 in the top of the 9th inning. By the way, Arise just grounded out, and the Giants are going to the 9th inning out in San Diego. Carlos Santana comes on up to the plate for Cleveland. It's all up to him. The 38-year-old Carlos Santana. The first pitch, swing and a miss. Rays about ready to start off their bottom of the 9th inning. These games might end at the same exact time. 0-1. That's low for a ball. Half listening, half losing in MLB The Show. It happens. I get that. Is the moon out tonight? No. The 1-1 to Santana, swing and a miss. Rays have 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning, so we have 6 outs left to go. All right, final strike for the Cleveland Guardians. And Carlos Santana is up at the plate. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and the ball game is over. The Diamondbacks hang on and win 6-5. The difference was Lourdes Gurriel Jr., his 2-run single, and that's why they win 6-5. And so we have 4 more outs to go. We'll go back to Tampa Bay. The 2-0 pitch is grounded over to second base. Chisholm has it, throws it to first. 4 outs left. Okay. All right, so another do-or-die situation. This time it's the Rays. Two outs, and Gray is coming up, facing Tim Hill. Robert Suarez is going to pitch the top of the 9th inning for the San Diego Padres. Tristan Gray swing and a miss on the first pitch. The 0-1. There's strike two. And another man down to their final strike. Robert Suarez will face Dom Smith to start off the 9th inning for the Giants. 0-2, ground ball base hit out to left field. The game continues out in Tampa Bay. All right, so here is Dom Smith. The 1-0 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards left field. That's going back towards the track, and it's caught on the track by Laureano. One gone. He just missed a home run there. Here comes Ha-Seong Kim for the Rays, and he takes outside and high for ball one. Christian Koss coming up for the Giants. 4-run deficit there. The pitch to Koss. Ground ball hit over to shortstop. And the throw over to first is in time. And the Giants are down to their final outs. The pitch to Kim. There's strike two. The Rays are down to their final strike. The Giants are down to their final outs. The 1-2 to Kim. Foul ball. Padres fans on their feet. 3 pitches and 2 outs. And it's up to Patrick Bailey for the Giants. These are the final 2 games of the night. Kim will call for time. Ha-Seong is 0 for 4 with a fielder's choice ground out. Don't forget, after this, we got a recap. The 1-2 to Kim. It's outside for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Ha-Seong Kim. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Ball game over. And it's down to the final out in San Diego. First pitch to Bailey, swing and a miss. The final game, everybody. One more out of Diamond Zone. The Yankees won 13-3. That game finally ended. That was the game that would never end. No balls, 1 strike to Patrick Bailey. And the pitch. It's high for a ball. One pitch to Bailey. Foul ball, and the Giants are down to their final strike. Everybody's down to their final strike. Everybody. One ball, 2 strikes to Bailey. Here's the 1-2. It's outside and wide for ball 2. That was me jumping in the field at the Padres game. That's just crazy. Suarez gets set and deals, and Bailey stays alive. We have dead time. It's just about getting this final out. The 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball by Bailey. Watch the Giants make this a game. Watch. Two balls, two strikes. Top of the ninth. 2 outs in San Diego. The 2-2 pitch. Fly ball. This one's hit out over towards left field. That's going back towards the track, and it is caught by Ramon Laureano, and the ball game is over. And so the Giants lose to the Padres by a score of 5-1, and that is how the night of baseball ends in Major League Baseball. Let's go. Another edition of Diamond Zone complete in the books. Good stuff. All right. So let's catch everybody up on the day of baseball. Well, that's all done. I'll take that. All right. So here's what happened. All right. Let's recap all the scores, and then we'll look at the standings, and then we will wrap everything up. Okay. So here is how baseball ended or started today. The Chicago Cubs, okay, they played a doubleheader against the Milwaukee Brewers, and they ended up taking their first game of the doubleheader. The score was 6-4. All right, Kaisei had a RBI single. Castro hit a 3-run home run. Kaisei actually had a 2-run single, and then the Brewers were fighting their way back. They made it 5-4. Frelick had 2 singles, 2 big RBI singles. And Bryce Terang had an RBI single as well. Yelich hit a solo homer. And Kasei just hit a solo home run to make it 6-4. And that was the final score there. Matt Boyd went 5 1/3, gave up 4 earned runs, had 3 strikeouts, 3 walks allowed, and Patrick got the loss for Milwaukee, and Danny Palencia got his 17th save of the season for the Chicago Cubs. In the second game of the doubleheader, okay, the Cubs had Taillon out there on the mound. He got the win. 6 innings for Jamison Taillon. 5 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts, and an 8-6 record he is now on the season. Kittredge got his second save for Chicago, and Brandon Woodruff got the loss. He did not look good today at all. 4 1/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. He did have 3 walks allowed, too. As far as the scoring goes in that game, Vaughn had an RBI single. Kaisei had a RBI single as well. He's been really good for the Cubs. Michael Busch had an RBI double. Nico Horner had an RBI single. And Michael Busch also had an RBI fielder's choice in the game, too. 4-1 was the final score of that game. So the Cubs took both games of the doubleheader. We also had the St. Louis Cardinals win by a score of 7-4. McGreevy got himself his 5th win of the season. And Edward Cabrera got the loss. He allowed 11 hits, 4 earned runs, in 4 1/3 of an inning. And then Riley O'Brien got the save for St. Louis. That's his 2nd save of the year. If you have Pedro Pages, that is, had a RBI single. Ivan Herrera had an RBI single and a 2-run single as well. Gave a lot of RBIs in that game. Segisa the sac fly. Agustin Ramirez had an RBI fielder's choice. Marcy had an RBI triple as well. So a lot of offense in that game too. The Toronto Blue Jays, they put up 7 runs tonight against the Pittsburgh Pirates. 7-3. Max Scherzer got his 220th career win. Is now 4-2 on the year. 6 innings for him, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. And again, 7-3 final score in that game. Alejandro Kirk had a home run. George Springer launched another home run on the season for him. So if you have him in fantasy, he did pretty good for you today too. Really. The Mets, they won 8-1 against the Washington Nationals. The Nationals just did not look good today. David Peterson, how about this? 8 innings, 10 strikeouts, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk allowed. I mean, that is quite a performance, really. Jake Irvin, 6 innings for him, 6 earned runs, 8 hits allowed, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. He's now 8-8 on the season. The Nationals' first 3 hitters today went 1 for 12. Their first 4 hitters went 1 for 16. Their first 5 hitters went 1 for 19. And the Mets, Jeff McNeil went 3 for 4 with a homer, 3 RBI. Vientos hit a 2-run homer. Beatty hit a solo homer. They got their production from 5, 6, and 7 tonight in their lineup. The Phillies, they won 6-4 tonight. Phillies put up 6 runs. Some big homers by JT. He had a home run in the bottom of the 8th inning to make it 6-4. Christopher Sanchez looked very good on the mound tonight. Sanchez did not get the win, though. Sanchez went 6 in the 3rd, gave up 6 hits, 2 earned runs. He had 12 strikeouts. He was in line to get the win, just could not do so. Bryce Miller, 5 innings for him, 4 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks allowed as well for him on the day. Yohan Duran got his 22nd save of the season. He's now 22 for 24 in save opportunities. Kyle Schwarber homered. Bryce Harper hit a sac fly. JT had an RBI single. Bryson Stott hit a home run too. Phillies just continue to add on with their offense, and that's been a very good thing for them. How about the Orioles? 4-3 final score there. That game got really interesting. It was a 3-1 lead that Baltimore had. They gave it up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Nathaniel Lowe hit a game-tying 2-run homer. I mean, the Red Sox and Orioles left a combined 25 runners on base. 13 left on base for Boston, 12 for Baltimore. That literally was the difference of the game. Basallo had the RBI ground out, and that was in the top of the 11th. That was the difference. 4-3 final score, Baltimore. Sagano, 5 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs, 3 strikeouts. Walker Buehler, 4 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks allowed. The bullpens did absolutely awesome, except for Geraldo for the Baltimore Orioles. Other than that, the Orioles were able to get the win. The Yankees, after a 2-hour delay, were able to win by a final score of 13-3. So many home runs in that ball game, and Rodon did pitch. Rodon did okay today. He did get his 13th win of the season, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, only 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. And Shane Baz just was a shell of himself, and he got shelled. 3 innings, 6 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. He gave up 3 consecutive solo shots in a row to Bellinger, Judge, and Stanton. And 9 homers in that game for New York. 3 of them were multi-homer games. The Dodgers put up 11 runs against the Colorado Rockies. They won 11-4. Ohtani went 1 for 5. Everybody had a hit in that game except for Freeland. Even Buddy Kennedy had a hit. Everybody in that game also had an RBI except for Betts and Pages for the Dodgers. So, Alex Call went 4 for 5. 3 runs scored, a homer, 2 RBI for him. That was the only homer by the Dodgers. Emmett Sheehan pitched, 4 earned runs, 6 innings, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks allowed. Austin Gomer gave up 9 hits and 7 earned runs, and also 2 walks, and he only had 2 strikeouts. What else? The Tigers and the Astros. That game was scoreless. It was scoreless, and then the Tigers walked it off 1-0. And it was on an RBI walk by Gleyber Torres. Hunter Brown, 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, no runs. Tariq Skubal, 7 innings, 10 strikeouts, 3 hits, no runs. That was a pitching duel. It was absolutely awesome. Another game with a lot of offense, and that was Braves and White Sox. That game just went back and forth and back and forth. 24 hits, 21 runs scored combined in that game. Dylan Lee got the win. He's 2-3 on the year. Tyler Alexander is now 4-11. Just lasted 2/3 of an inning and got the loss. Raisel Iglesias got his 20th save of the season. Tauchman went 2 for 5. Vargas went 2 for 4. Kyle Teal went 2 for 5 in that game and also hit a home run as well. How about Matt Olson? 4 for 5 from him, and Ozzie Albies 3 for 5 in that game. Bryce Elder started for the Braves, 4 2/3, 9 hits, 8 earned runs. And Shane Smith, 6 innings for him for the White Sox, 4 earned runs, 7 hits allowed, and only 4 strikeouts. We have 4 other games left that we have not talked about, and that is Athletics and Twins. The A's won 6-3. Javier Lopez got his 7th win of the season. Hogan Harris got his first save of his career. Lopez did good. Kurtz led the game off. He went 3 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. We didn't really get to that game and talk too much about it, but it wasn't really that exciting. But the A's did end up getting their 57th win of the season, and they continue to have a really nice young roster. They do. What else? We had Angels, and we had Angels and Reds. 6-4 final score there. 11 hits for the Reds, 9 for the Angels. Jansen got the loss. The difference really was just the sacrifice fly from TJ Friedel and the RBI double from Gavin Lux. Joe Adell homered twice for the Angels. Zach Neto had an RBI single. Miguel Andujar had an RBI single as well. Mlb Marte had an RBI double. Also, Andujar did have an RBI double too. Taylor Ward did get an RBI single in the first inning too, so if you have him in fantasy, Taylor Ward went 1 for 4 with an RBI. But Joe Adell was the player of the game in regards to fantasy points. 2 solo homers, 3 hits, and that was all he did. 6-4 final score there. What else? We talked about the Yankees game. We talked about the doubleheader. The Royals, they won 5-2. They got their 5th straight win. It's a big win for them. Schreiber got his first save of the season. Zerpa is now 4-1. And Merrill Kelly, 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. But Seth Lugo for the Kansas City Royals, 6 1/3, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 3 hits allowed too. He did good. He did really, really good out there on the mound. Jock Peterson homered. Vinny Pasquantino homered too. How about Jock Peterson? He's still doing it at this age. Bobby Witt Jr. also hit a 2-run homer, and that pretty much put the game away in the bottom of the 8th inning at Kauffman Stadium. So 5-2 final score over there. And then we got Dodgers, Rockies. We talked about that. The last 2 games that we didn't talk about were Diamondbacks and Guardians. 6-5 final score for Arizona. They were able to get a 1-run victory. I forgot to change the scores. I do apologize about that. 6-5 final score there. Eduardo Rodriguez, 6 2/3, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, and 4 strikeouts. Tanner Bibby, 5 2/3, 7 hits allowed, 4 earned runs, and 5 strikeouts for him. Jake McCarthy homered. How about Jose Ramirez? A big 2-run home run from him. He went 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and also 2 walks. Didn't have a good game defensively, but offensively did really well. Nolan Jones 2 for 4. Geraldo Perdomo 2 for 3. Corbin Carroll had 2 triples in the game, and he had an RBI as well. 2 runs scored. And I believe he also had a stolen base too. So Eduardo Rodriguez, 6 2/3, 4 earned runs allowed, and 4 strikeouts and 5 hits too. And last but certainly not least, we had the San Diego Padres host the San Francisco Giants, and the Padres were able to win 5-1. Nick Pivetta had himself quite a day. 10 strikeouts in 6 innings of work. He threw 109 pitches. And Tang for the Giants ended up getting the loss. That's Kaiwei Tang, 26 years old. Did not look good at all. Jung-Hoo Lee did hit a solo homer to start off the game, but that was the only offense for the Giants. Machado had an RBI ground out. Iglesias had an RBI single. Tatis had an RBI walk. O'Hearn had an RBI single. And Luis Ariz had an RBI fielder's choice. And so that is the day of baseball. We really appreciate you all so much for being on here. One last look at the standings. We'll do that right now. If you guys want to see where we are with the standings around Major League Baseball, we got that covered for you right now. Okay, so we'll put this up over here. Where is it? Alrighty. I think we got to make some adjustments here. 1 second. There we go. Okay. In the AL East, the Blue Jays are 5 games above the Yankees. They're 6 games above Boston as well. 12.5 above the Tampa Bay Rays. And 14.5, of course, above the Baltimore Orioles. The Tigers, they've won 2 in a row. The Royals have won 5, but Kansas City is 9 games in back of Detroit. The Guardians are 9.5 in back of Detroit and about half a game behind Kansas City. In the AL West, you got the Astros. They are up 1.5 games against the Seattle Mariners, and then 7.5 above above the Texas Rangers, 9 games above the Angels, and so that race is getting interesting for sure too. The Mariners have lost 4 in a row. The Rangers have lost 2. The Angels have lost 2, and the Astros have lost 3. That whole division is just in such a slump right now. It really is. We take a look at the AL wild card. So wait, one more time. So the Blue Jays are winning the AL East. The Tigers are winning the AL Central, and then the Astros are winning the AL West. When we look at the wild card standings, the Yankees are 1 game in front of Seattle and Boston. And then right behind them for that 3rd wild card spot, you got the Guardians 2.5 games in back of both Boston and Seattle. And then Cleveland is 3 games in back of those teams for that final wild card spot. The Rangers are 6. The Rays are 6.5. And the Orioles are 7, or the Orioles are actually 8 games now, 8.5 games. And the Angels are 7.5. So Baltimore is going to need a lot to happen. But they're hoping to try to get that 3rd wild card spot. The Chicago Cubs, on the other hand, well, let's actually look at the NL standings, and then we're going to call it a night. Phillies are 5.5 games above the New York Mets in the NL East. And then you got the Marlins, who are 6, what's the math? I can't do the math. 8.5 games behind the Mets, 14 games behind the Phillies. Marlins are 2-8 in their last 10 games. Braves are starting to heat up. They're 8-2 in their last 10. They're only 2 games in back of Miami. In the NL Central, you got the Milwaukee Brewers up 2 games, or 7 games, that is, over the Chicago Cubs. Cubs beat them twice today in a doubleheader. The Reds are 12.5 games in back of the Milwaukee Brewers, and 5.5 in back of the Chicago Cubs as well. They've won 3 in a row. And the Cardinals, they've won 2 in a row, and they're 16.5 in back of Milwaukee, 9.5 in back of Chicago, and 4 games behind Cincinnati. In the NL West, you got the Dodgers 2 games above the Padres. Padres won today, Dodgers won today. Giants just about out of the division race, and so are the Diamondbacks. They're both 11, games in back of the LA Dodgers. So just to recap, the NL East division belongs to right now the Phillies. The Central belongs to the Brewers. Brewers are 79-47. Phillies are 73-53. And the Dodgers are 72-54. And so, looking at the NL wildcard standings, the Cubs have the first wildcard spot. They're 2 games in front of San Diego. The Padres are 2.5 in front of the Mets. And the Reds are still knocking on the door. The Reds have won 3 in a row. Mets have won 3 in a row. Cincinnati in back of New York by a game. The Cardinals are still behind the Mets, too. They're 5 games out of that third wild card spot. Giants are 6.5. The Diamondbacks are 7. The Marlins are 8.5. And the Atlanta Braves are 10.5. So, all right, that is going to wrap it up for me. I appreciate each and every one of you for being on here. One last time from Diamond Zone. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. We're going to sign off, all right? But we will see you all tomorrow. We got another Phillies game in the afternoon at 1:05, and then more Diamond Zone tomorrow night at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Laila Tov, good night. Catch you all on the next one. Peace.